Hello, my crafting friend. Sorry, I got sound coming. I'm gonna stop. I'll be back. Okay, apparently I'm still here, but I have to do a couple things. Goodness, I I thought I had checked that because I had to redo the other one, but I thought I had no sound. Don't connect to sound, and apparently I did not. Sorry about that. This is probably all still live, and so welcome. We will be right with you as soon as we get this camera reconnected because this is what I will use to show you, oops, all the things for today. Sorry, I'm probably completely out of camera right now. And hopefully that's in an okay place. Okay, goodness, what a start. I should have just ended the whole thing, but then it would have taken me longer to get back here. So I am back here. And welcome once again to Craft Spot. See, it's a crafting adventure, and we've already started the adventure. And, yeah. Um, at least we don't have like reverberating, echoing sound now, which is kind of nice. Okay. Monday. I know I'm a day early because we are out tomorrow. And so I won't be here midday. And I didn't want to miss this because I love to get together with you. I love to share and I just wanted uh to do it. So I just moved it a day ahead. So hopefully you will find me. And if Mondays at lunchtime isn't a good time for you, then hopefully you'll find the replay. Um, anyway, if you are having your lunch, do enjoy. This is your lunch break, a little bit of a crafting adventure, shall we say? Might be a bit of an adventure again. We're going to use something new. We're going to use the July product of the month, Begonia Belle, I believe is the exact name of it. But we will get to that in a minute as soon as I uncover where I put I. Okay, so it's brand new stamp set. Yes, Begonia Belle. And I will share that with you in just a moment. I have many things all over here, and I don't have a whole. Well, I guess I do. That's not a that's not a good reason. Anyway, I have everything right here. I think I have everything here except what I forgot to put here. So anyway, yes, onwards. We had our online global retreat on over the weekend, started Thursday, and it was fabulous. It was so much fun. Oh my goodness, the creativity, the ideas, the sharing, so many good things. And I don't know, I mean, I always like the cards that we share. That's, there, I don't create them all. There's four demonstrators from around the world that create them. So sometimes, a little bit to their taste, a little less to my taste or whatever. And I always like them, but I don't always love them. This time, oh my goodness, I loved every single one of our make and take projects. And as we got in some of the feedback, lots of extra ideas and inspiration and ways to just, you know, change it up just a little bit. And anyway, it was so much fun. If you weren't able to join us this time, um, we certainly hope that you will join us next time. If you are not on my mailing list, great, stampingwithconnie.com is where you want to go. Get on my mailing list because that is the best way to find out what's going on and when it's going on. Okay, so let's head down to the crafting area. Do we actually I don't know that I have talked about the hot foil system on one of my Facebook Lives. So Stampin' Up, hot news, Stampin' Up has released to customers a hot foiling machine. So brand new machine. They partnered with Spellbinders to create this, but this one is ours and it is available for everyone to purchase at this point. Now, it is it is an investment. I'll be honest, it's an investment. It's a fairly high ticket price on this machine, but it will create shine and sparkle and really truly stepped up cards. So um, it was in my newsletter. Again, if you're on my mailing list, you got that yesterday. There was some information there, and there's lots of stuff that's starting to appear on the internet for that. One small point to make sure you are aware of, if you still own the old cut and emboss machine, the old Big Shot that Stampin' Up! Made, this hot foil machine will not work in that machine, okay? The platform is too large for the old machine. The new machine, the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, the white one that we have out now, absolutely perfect for this, but you do need that machine. It may or may not work in other companies' machines. I don't know. I obviously have not tested that. But you could void your warranty, void your warranty if you use the Stampin' Up! Hot foil machine in um, die cutting machines that are not the Stampin' Cut and Emboss. So just be aware of that. If you have a cut and emboss machine, you're good to go. But if you don't, that may be another purchase that you would want to make in tandem or before or whatever. Okay, let's go craft, shall we? Here we go. Down to the crafting area. Oops. And we, since we had to pick that up and rearrange that, we got the cord in there and we've got our stamp cleaner in there. We'll just move those things out of the way. We'll bring this down a smidge because we're in a slightly different spot than we were last time. There we go. Great Stamping with Connie. All one word.com will take you to my website and where you can sign up for my mailing list. It's where you find out about everything. Our online virtual retreats, my in-person retreats, all of my classes, all my other events, stamp camps and craft alongs and everything. So make sure you are on the mailing list. You don't want to miss out on the info. Okay, Begonia Belle. This is the product of the month. So with a qualifying purchase, and in Canada that is $100, you may purchase the stamp set for just $7. So it's a steal of a deal. And you want to check this out because look, two-step stamping, some little background stuff. Don't I love little background things just to add a little texture as you go and that. So we're gonna have a play. It's brand new. I have not played with it. Honest. That's my honest. I haven't done this yet because I returned to the cottage from being at home for the retreat yesterday afternoon, and this was here waiting for me. So I have not had a chance to play with it yet. So we may need to clean off some stamps. We'll just see. And I don't this is where the adventure starts because I have not played with this. So I don't know exactly where we're going with it. Okay, so I'm just trying to see. So this stamp is this stamp, and this stamp is this stamp. Um, so this is a little more of an outline. I like to do the outline-ish one with a darker ink. And again, I went into my cupboard and I pulled out some card bases because eventually I'm hoping we might get to making a card. But anyway, so I'm just going to play with some colors that will coordinate with some card bases that I have for later. And this is not going to be our card because, that would imply futzy cutting. Yeah. That's not so much happening. But anyway, I'm just going to close that up for now. That was Blackberry Bliss. I think I mentioned that. This is Strawberry Slush. So this is going to be much pinker, much lighter. I think they might go together. I also have fresh freesia here. This looks very inky. It is very inky. I need to. Okay. So do you ever have too much ink on your ink pad? I don't know whether I just re-inked that or what. I'll be honest, I haven't used it in a long, long time up here at the cottage. But if you have too much ink, grab a plastic spoon. You can use your bone folder. I just find that they tend to stain over time. But I'm just going to push some of this ink out from the center where I'm going to ink my stamp. So I'm just pushing the ink from the ink pad out to the edges. It's going to be very intense in those edges. It will all even out over time. And then you just want to wipe that off. Plastic spoon, if you wash it right now, that won't stain. I'm not sure. I'm just wiping it with paper towel here. I'm not positive whether that will stain or not, but it's just a plastic spoon, so I don't really mind one way or another. And then I'm just going to clean some of the ink off of this stamp because there was a lot there. And now I'm going to come in and stamp in the middle. And now I have picked up less ink, and we'll go down under here and you will see that it's not quite as inky. It's still very inky. I must have re-inked this for coming to the cottage or something. We will have to remember to do that if we use it. Maybe we should try fresh freesia. Should we do that? Let's just switch colors. Take that inky stamp. If you just have too much and you just can't uh, move it out of the way and things, you can, use a paper towel and just take some of the ink off of your ink pad. But this method will work. It'll move it out and then you can move it back later and you still have that much ink. I hate to waste. Oh goodness. We have a little bit of a furry friend on this one. Okay. See, I told you it would be an adventure. So this is fresh freesia. Let's see what we get with this. Because I'm not sure I really want that together anyway. This should work. Should we give it a go? Should we try it? Ah, moment of truth, two-step stamping. Ah! Be brave, be brave. You can do this. I do need to move this up and bring this down so that I can kind of get right over top. I actually need to, oh yeah, that's got to be the way it goes, right? See where I'm going with this. I haven't done this one, so bear with me here. I think that is where we go. Somebody asked me if I could teach them how to do two-step stamping. There isn't really a lot to teach for it. You've got two stamps and stuff. The biggest aid, I guess, is to go right over top and hover and make sure you're looking as straight down as possible. Because as you get close, you will see where things are lining up. And some stamps are very accurate and some are not all that accurate anyway. So there's a lot of wiggle room in them. This one looks not bad. I'm a little bit off. I'm not sure I like those colors together though, to be honest. So I'm wondering if this was just sitting there, but I'm wondering if we were to second generation stamp this. Now this has been sitting around, so this might be really, yeah, it's really faded, but that might work. Hmm. Like I said, this is the adventure. We're just having a play, right? So I'm going to ink this up again. I don't know if I can come in over top of. Oh, this was the first one, wasn't it? This isn't even the one that I would want stamped off. Okay, so we'll stamp this one again. And we will take some of the ink off of that. I'm going to clean the fresh freesia off of this one. And this one, I am going to grab a piece of scrap paper, if I can. There's always scrap paper around. Okay. And I'm going to come in here. I'm going to stamp. So this is the second stamp now, but I'm going to stamp it off so that it will come in here later, and we'll see what we get with this. I don't have these stamps mounted exactly the same way, but whoop. Oh, this will. I think that's pretty close. Let's see what we get. Ooh. I think that's a better combo than that, isn't it? Can you, oh, a little hard to see on camera. So here's the strawberry slush. And I don't really think it goes with the blackberry bliss at all. This is fresh freesia. It's not horrible. It's not quite right, but there's stamped off blackberry bliss. So it is of course the exact same color. It's just much lighter because it was stamped off. That might be one, or maybe the strawberry slush in double stamp. Okay, so here is the all about this stamp, right? There are many ways you can do it. You could do all sorts of colors. You can stamp and stamp off with virtually every color you own, right? And it will make a beautiful flower with differences. Okay. Just gonna clean these all off. Is this guy still wet? But not wet in yet. I think I'm just gonna come in and I'm gonna pick this guy up. Blackberry Bliss, you know how some of your stamps stain with reds? I find Blackberry Bliss to be the most stainy. Stains the most. But once you have cleaned your stamp, the fact that the photopolymer is stained does not matter. It will not transfer, and you can still see through it. So it's not anything that will harm your stamps or your stamping. So don't worry about staining your stamps. Okay, set this to the side. This was our strawberry slush, wasn't it? I'm just going to come back with my spoon, push some of this ink out of the way. Again. And I just need to remember which one. Okay, so this is the first one. Do we have room in here? I think we can get one more in. That would just come over this way slightly. Okay. Oh, we're getting better. I've got enough of the ink moved out of the way that is not making a big inky mess. So I'm stamping this one off to get it to be lighter. And then I will come in here. And we'll see what we get. Well, that's very pretty as well. It's kind of begonia colors. I was thinking, so what color are begonias? Oranges, right? There's a lot of orange and sort of intense orange. Maybe pumpkin pie mixed with timid tiger might be very begonia-like. But I think we might do strawberry slush today. Okay, I'm gonna close up the Blackberry Bliss. It's a little dark for what I want right now. I think let's clean these guys off, just in case we change our mind on colors. I'm sure I have, yes, there's my pumpkin pie over there. I wouldn't mind trying. I have room for one more. Could get one more in here. Let's try the oranges, shall we? Like I said, we might end up with a card today. We will see. Sorry, didn't mean to rock your world. Okay, pumpkin pie. So this, you just have to be a little bit careful about which one, and you could do them either way. There isn't really a right or wrong for which one to do with the darker ink and which one to do with your lighter ink. It's just sort of my personal preference that if there's one that's kind of the outline, I like it to be the darker one. So this is pumpkin pie I'm using now. And then we could just stamp that off, but I want to try it with the Timid Tiger just to see because because we're just playing, right? This might look quite dark, but we'll see. I get that. Sure, I got that 8. Well, oh, they're kind of too close. Yeah, that did not work well. Okay, let's go over here on the back and let's try Timid Tiger and Timid Tiger stamped off, maybe. Could use pumpkin pie. I just picked one. So this is Timid Tiger full strength. It's I like Timid Tiger. It's such a lovely color. In with Timid Tiger again on this one, but we're going to stamp it off. There's a press. Look at that. That's much nicer than the two oranges. Okay, so here's our choice. We have Timid Tiger, Strawberry Slush. That's a tough choice, isn't it? Let me look. I'm not promising to fussy cut, but I don't think there's anything else on here that we would consider using at any point. You could probably die cut this with a circle. I should go maybe a little a little larger. Ooh, do, 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 do. The danger of cutting forward and back, right? Okay, so there's that. And here's this. I don't know, that one's not bad. Might use that at some point, but I'm not sure about that. So there they are. There's the choices. Strawberry Slush and Timid Tiger. They're both nice. They could both be cards. We will see. However, we need to move on to some leaves, right? Because this set has leaves. It's got large leaves that you could tuck under here if you fussy cut. And then you've got some stems, some buds, some small leaves, and then some sentiments as well. So there's lots of things to play with in this set. So let's just grab this and okay, two-sided paper. There we go. So now we have this, I think is this one, and this is this one. Okay, so I have garden green And here again, we'll see if we need to do stamping and stamping off, right? We might. So I am going to stamp. And I think I'm just going to stamp these like as if we really mean it. So I'm going to stamp garden green there. Stamp another garden green here. Okay. And then I'm going to come in with garden green and stamp it off. Bring it in here. Close this up for a minute. Clean this off. Come in with the Granny Apple green and see what that looks like. Whole different green. They coordinate nicely together, but this might look too intense. It's lighter, but it's pretty intense. I should have done one more for darkly, and we could try Granny Apple stamp off. Let's do. Ooh, did I miss or what? Did I use? No, I used the right one. Okay, that does not work. Although the more I look at it as it dries, okay, remember you have to let your ink dry. It's not as bad as it was, but it's not my favorite, not ideal. So let's try one with Granny Apple and Granny Apple stamped off, shall we? So here is full strength Granny Apple. And it almost looks like I didn't quite get all the garden glue. Oh, there's something else you could do too, right? So many things. I'm going to stamp off garden green or granny apple. Oh, I think I've kind of messed that up. We're going to try that once more. We're going to ink that up. I'm moving too quickly here. I'm not truly focusing on even pressure in this. One, two here. Sorry, did I ever finish? Yeah, so you just want to hover over top, try and line it up as you come in close, and then practice. Um, you just need to practice these things. So I like these colors for leaves, I think, better than this color. This is Granny Apple and stamped off Granny Apple. And I like that with that. And with that. Okay. The other thing that I was thinking we could do. So you can stamp two colors on a stamp. Stamp your lightest color first. Okay. And then I'm going to grab a dauber actually. You can go right into your ink pad with this because the Granny Apple Green is darker. There will be a little bit of color transfer, but it's not usually terrible. But the other thing you can do, there'll be less transfer if you do this, and even less if you dab it off afterwards. I might have a lot of garden green on there and very little Granny Apple left. But let's see what we get, shall we? Yeah, mostly garden green. Okay, so could be one more kick at this can here. I'm inking this up. It is lighter than the garden green, so it did change it somewhat, but let's Let's maybe not add quite as much garden green this time. We'll just stop there, see what this gives us. I like those, kind of the in-between, just a little bit of ink blending. It's not completely garden green, but it's not quite as bright as the granny apple. You see that? Okay, and we could, shall we attempt the inside bit? You could just leave that for your leaf. You could come in with your blender pen and just add in a little color to fill in, but not have it quite as much as that. It'd be like, okay, so now I am going to add some garden green to this. And then I'm going to stamp it off. Few steps this time. And then I'm going to come in here and we'll see what we get. Oh, hello, Debbie. I'm sorry I missed you joining me there. We are just playing with the new product of the month, the Begonia Belle, and we are truly playing. So this was garden green. This was granny apple green. And this is granny apple with garden green daubered onto it. It's kind of nice. It takes some of the bright out of the granny apple, but it's not as dark as that one. I do like that. Maybe we will try that. Here's my thought. Okay, and I could I could fussy cut all these pieces, but you don't want to watch me do that. If you have to watch me fussy cut one flower, I'm sure that'll be more than enough entertainment. Be more than enough fussy cutting for me. Okay, so this is the second leaf. So again, I'm going to stamp it off. And then come in here. So I took the granny apple and inked up the stamp. Then I used my dauber to add some garden green ink. And then I stamped off. Few steps, but I do like them. They are nice. I may fussy cut those and use those at some point. Okay, so here is my thought for turning something into a card because we're at a half hour here. So if we're going to make a card, we should get at her. When you do that daubing and you mix two colors on your stamp, you want to make sure you clean your stamp each time. So because you're not using the same color again, you're using a different color. Oh, you haven't got yours yet. Hopefully soon. It's a beautiful stamp set. If you like two-tone stamping, or not two-tone, two-step stamping, it's awesome. I'm not sure you have to use them both. Certainly with the leaf, you don't have to use them both. The flower, we didn't even stamp. Oh yes, no, these are the same, aren't they? I guess I didn't stamp just the other flower. I'm not sure the other flower, the pieces would look like anything. But for the leaves, you certainly could just do one. And then this little background texture stuff and some sentiments and some other leaves and buds. So lots of fun things to play with. And that's, that's what we're doing here. Okay, so here's my thought is come in with, what do I want this? I don't want this too large and I should cut it so I get things in places that I want. There's that little piece of cardstock that I couldn't find earlier. Okay, let me grab my trimmer. And we are going to cut this guy to, do we want 5? Oh, no, I don't even need 5, do we? No. So let's go 4 3/4. 4 3/4. By 4 3/4 is 3/4, or 3.5. Okay. So here is a piece of cardstock. So I guess I do need, I will fussy cut this one. Do we want the orange? Okay, Debbie, now that you're here, it is very detailed. Do you have a preference? This is Timid Tiger, and this is Strawberry Slush. And we could use either one of those. You can let me know what your preference is. Since you are here, you get to have the vote. And I am going to grab a card base. See what we might want. Oh, maybe we would want a white card base. Do I have one of those, hopefully? Yes. I usually have white card bases around, so this will add a layer of color in between. So I now have two bowling folders and two pairs of snips here in my toolkit. And this morning it's like, I got two sets of snips up here. Neither one of them are in there because they were both out hiding on my table. My bone folder is hiding on my table right now. Strawberry slush is a favorite of yours. All righty, strawberry slush it will be then. So now the fun, you get to watch me fussy cut flowers. I was thinking I would go really close, but I'm not going to cut into all those pieces. So we will leave a little bit of a white border here. Just cut around this. Again, move the paper, not the scissors. I have to remind myself of that like virtually every time because I'm still not, I'm a lot better with the fussy cutting. And that actually is probably supposed to be sort of white flour. I'm not sure I should be going right in there. Could be a little nibble out of the petal. Maybe a bug had a munch. But yeah, so I'm better than I used to be, but I do still tend to want to move my right hand as I'm cutting it. It's like, no, no, move the paper. Don't be moving the. Not whether the scissors are old or new, they feel kind of stiff. You would think that means they're new-ish or used less. Not sure. I brought a pair up. I'm not sure where they had come from. I might have taken them out of a package. They might be relatively new. Because you can never have too many paper snips. One of those things that. Okay, so here's my thought. So we're going to put this here. And we're going to stamp a couple of leaves underneath. And then we're going to pop this up and we're going to put a sentiment on. That's my thought. Okay. This, just trying to sort out which one is which one here. This is that one. Okay. I'll leave that there for a minute. And I am going to, where'd my, granny apple green. Nope. Yep. And I'm going to move some of these inks out of the way because we are not using them. Garden green. Okay, so we're going to come in again. I like the ink combination. So I am going to ink that up with granny apple green. And then dauber on some garden green. Okay. Then I'm going to come in and I'm going to put one leaf. I have one leaf poking out the top there. So I'm going to put that fairly close to the top. And then clean this off. So this is a little bit, there's a lot of steps sort of thing because you want to make sure you're not transferring a lot of ink from one ink pad color to the other. garden green again, or granny apple green again. And garden green. And the reason I do this is just in case there's any granny apple green that got on my dauber, it would be near the top at this point. We do this. Is that going to look funny, that leaf sticking out there? I hope not, because that's where it's going to be. We're going to come in here. It's going to be what it is at this point. Your new ones are, oh, okay. And oh, did you just purchase those? Those are like the new snips that we have now. I haven't ordered any of those yet because uh I had one or two pairs. I think I had two pairs in my stash when they stopped making the old design. And I had a customer ask me if I had some. And when I went to get them, it's like, oh, I have two. So I think I kept the second one for me at that point because I didn't know if we were going to get paper snips back or not. But we did. So that's awesome. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. But... So I've combined my colors. I'm going to stamp off. And then I'm going to come in here. That. Oh, clean this off. Back my granny apple. Again, I'm going to stamp off. Come in. Okay, I do like the double color there. Yes, the new detailed scissors, they're calling them now, but they will always be snips to me. You know what? I think they'll always be snips to me as well. We kind of get used to calling things what they are, right? Or what we're used to calling them. And they are paper snips, but because they're I think it's like a small blade, so it's good for detail cutting. Not good. I think there was something I was doing recently. I said, I can cut a straight line if I can cut it in one snip. But if I have to cut, then don't look at me to make it a straight line because it's probably not happening. Okay, does that look ridiculous? It's how it's going to be, but does it look ridiculous? I don't know. I wonder if I should have had two. Maybe I should have another one down here. Hmm. Do a little bit more. Okay, just when you think you're done, you're really not. I'd rather we go this one. At least to figure out which one is which. This is the full one. This is the one here. Okay, I think. Does it need another leaf, do you think? Just to kind of make things, uh, the theory of threes and all that. I'm thinking we maybe need, and it should only be a partial leaf too. I'm gonna have to see if I can mask some of this off, I think. Okay, so then I kind of want oh, this piece of paper here. It's messy, but kind of want to go right there. And then I'm just going to come in here, like this. Mm, Not entirely certain that this is exactly what we wanted, but we're kind of committed to it now. Stamp that off. Mask this off once again. Line this up. Hopefully we get some color on there. Okay. Okay. Mm, I don't know. Don't know about that. So, when you kind of mess things up ish, you're not quite sure what to do, you look for a blender pen. I took them home in my tray and I didn't bring the tray back, but I have others here. Okay. So here's what we're you know what and if this doesn't work, all we have down on here is just uh one sheet of cardstock that we would be wasting. So look, I even have some ink in here. So I'm just going to pick this up and I'm just going to come down. Not this kind of dark. There, like that. A little bit, maybe a little bit less dark, maybe a little bit grainy apple-ish. I don't know. That does that really make a difference? I don't know. Actually, you know what it does? It gives that leaf a little bit of definition along that edge, which I think my eyeball wanted it to have. But I think we're good there. I think just dark. Okay, stop while you're stop while you haven't made a huge mess of it, right? Okay, close this. The cap for this. And we're good. Okay, now this. Oh, before we put that on, I had done this. Best wishes. Oh, do we want to? Oh, yeah, I don't know about that. But this, maybe we'll use this stamp. Where are my stamps? My stamps are hiding way underneath here somewhere. Um, Here they are. Okay. We could come with some strawberry slush here. Okay. And again, I think we're going to want to stamp off because we will want this quite light. But here, look, we get to play with yet another stamp. That was, I think that was on a ridge, but I'm gonna come in here and see, this is the crafting adventure, right? It really is today. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because I think we're going to, thought I cut a strip, I did. Cut a strip off of this piece, which is perfect for this. With our best wishes and stick that right in. Oh, touch the paper. That's where it's going to go. We'll judge it later. I might do it once more just because. Okay. Oh, I'm do it once more because then I can see what it looks like when it's messed up. Okay. And that's when we're thankful we have two-sided paper. and a long strip, and it's only basic white cardstock. I could grab more. I do tend to have a few of these scraps around. Okay, so I'm going to snip this at an angle. I'm going to snip this at an angle. I'll put that. Okay, so we do want some more of these over here, I think. I wasn't sure, and that's why I stopped, but I think we want more because, oh, I could put that on. Maybe we'll put that on a layer as well, but let's just put some more of these here. There we go. Okay, I'm going to stop with that. And where is my strawberry slush card stock? And okay, I need to move some stamps. One moment, because some of these have not been cleaned. So I'm just going to set them over here. I'll get them out of the way. And then this, where'd my trimmer go? So that's 1/2 inch. So we're going to do this at 3/4. This is awfully long, but this is the piece that I brought. So this is what we're using. There's that. And while I'm here, this is, what did we end up? We ended up with 3.5 by 4 3/4. 3.5, 3.5. And do we want just a small? Okay. Ooh. Maybe just a small border, eh? Should we try that? Let's see how it looks. 3.5, 4 3/4. So I have added 1/8 of an inch to these pieces, to this piece for my frame. So this is going to be just a narrow frame. And then it's going to go on, that white card piece I got out and put somewhere safe. Interesting. Okay, we will look for that in a moment. In the meantime, I'm not sure where I know I got one, but I know there's more in there too. No. Let's not put glue on the good side, shall we? So when you want to get your angles the same, the easiest way to do it is to just glue that down first. Oh, while we're here, might as well glue this down. This needs liquid glue as well because this is a narrow border. So you want to use your liquid glue so that you have a shifty, shimmy moment to get everything lined up the way you want it. There we go. Okay, that. And then when I come in here with my scissors, I'm just going to cut this to be my border. There we go. But it's the exact same angle. Guess it needs a flower, but you know, we will get there. And okay, seriously, where did I put the card base? I did get one and I folded it. And then, yeah, oh, here it is. It's hiding under some of the other card bases. There we go. Move this out of the way in case it's inky. So this is going to go onto here like that. So these two things are going to go on with dimensionals just because that's how we generally do it. So we will continue with that. Well, my sentiments generally go on with dimensionals anyway. But the idea was that we would pop this up over the leaves. So, okay. This, where those leaves kind of centered and turned a little bit. Give it a smack. Put this a little bit towards this edge, maybe down a little bit so you can see a little bit more of that coming out the top. Okay, and then where did my tape runner go? Whoop, way over there. Okay. This to there. Smack. And then the all-important decision. What do we want for gems on here? Not, ooh. No, those are oranges. That's not going to work well. And I don't know that I want greens. No, that's too plain because we mixed our greens now. We've got a little bit of a challenge on some of the gemmage. See what we have in here. Do we have any color in here that oh, don't know that? Oh, we do have some strawberry slush gems that are with oh, there's just nope, that's not. That is strawberry slush, isn't it? So there's some in color gems. They would work. The other ones that I were thinking were from the jam. These are cute. They're not shiny. These are shiny. Guess what? Yeah, that background, it is nice, isn't it? So that's stamped off. Just so you know, can you see that up close? Give you a bit of a show there. It's stamped off, so it's subtle, but just I love background stamps. They add texture and interest, and I just think they are cat's pajamas. Not that my cats wear pajamas, but you know, if they did, yeah, that's it. This down here, this into there. There we go. Let me get some of these things out of the way. This is the rest of the stamps. Move that out of the way. Move these things out of the way. Clean up the area just a little bit so you can see what there is to see. We have made just one card today because we spend a lot of time playing around. But anyway, greatstampingwithconnie.com. If you are not on my mailing list, please join. And if you're ever over on YouTube, subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you do that. So there we go. There is today's card. As I say, just one because we spent a lot of time playing. Here's another flower that turned out really well. And here's some different leaves that turned out really well. And when I get in the fussy cutting mood, yeah, yes, that I will cut the rest of those things out and make at least one more card, I would think. I think that I will be making many cards with this set because this is just it's a fun set. Lots and lots of detail, some great sentiments, the little background stamp. It's kind of got it all going on. So that is the product of the month for July. It is available while supplies last for just $7 in Canada when you place a $100 order. So if you'd like to go on over to my online store, you will find that at greatstampingwithconnie.com. Just look for the shop button and it will connect you up. You can order anything you like and then add this to your order. And if you do that, I have a um, 12 project video tutorial bundle. Ooh, 12 project video tutorial bundle that I will send you as my thank you gift for placing that order with me. So um, I hope you like it. Give it a try when you get your product of the month and play around. I'd love to see what everyone comes up with. Brand new, so we haven't seen a whole lot of it yet, but it's a nice one. Alrighty. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Goodness, we are a whole hour. But I do appreciate you being here, and I hope you have a great rest of the day. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.